Houses. Now, a horoscope has 12 houses or bhavas upon which the signs and planets are placed. Here in the diagram, you can see a North Indian horoscope. It is also known as the diamond chart. In this diagram, there are 12 houses. The counting of the house begins from this northmost box. This is the first house. Now we move in the anti-clockwise direction, and we have the second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, and back to the ascendant. The first house of the horoscope is known as the ascendant. What is an ascendant? Ascendant is the sign rising on the eastern horizon, is the midpoint of the first house in a horoscope. At the time of casting any horoscope, whatever sign is rising at the eastern horizon is known as the ascendant. Hence the ascendant denotes the east direction. Then we have the second house, the third house, and the fourth house, and so on. Descendant. The sign setting on the western horizon is midpoint of the seventh house. At any given point, as one sign will be rising at the eastern horizon, another sign that will be exactly 180 degrees opposite to it will be setting beyond the western horizon. That sign will occupy the seventh house and referred to as the descendant. The descendants denotes the west direction. Now, the 10th house refers to the midheaven. At any point when the horoscope is down, the sign that is overhead is placed in this 10th house. 10th house or midheaven denotes the south direction. Exactly opposite to the midheaven we have Nadir. At any point of time there will be a sign that will be just beneath our feet. That sign will occupy the fourth house and denote the direction north in a horoscope. This diagram will further make clear. In the North Indian horoscope, the format of horoscope is like this. The houses are fixed, but the Rashi and the planets are movable. This box will always be the house 1, without any exception. This box will always be the house 2. This is house 3. This is house 4, house 5, house 6, house 7, house 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Since the houses are fixed, we do not require to show them in a kundli. Hence, by default, a kundli looks like this. It is blank. There are only houses here. There is no need to write house 1 or 2 here because it is well understood that this box will always represent the first house or the ascendant. And similarly, we can know that which house is denoted by which box. In the houses, we will fill the Rashi and the planets to generate our required horoscope. Sensitivity of Vedic Astrology. Ascendant, that is the Rashi at the eastern horizon, will change every 2 hours. In a day, as the Earth completes one rotation around its axis, all the 12 signs will become ascendant one by one for duration of 2 hours approx. The Rashi occupied by the Sun will be the ascendant at sunrise, because the Sun rises in the east. Sun will reach the 10th house by the noon when it is just above our head. The Rashi occupied by the Sun will occupy the 7th house at the sunset, as the Sun will be setting on the western horizon. Progressing ahead, at the time of midnight, the Sun will be at the 4th house. Hence, houses increase the sensitivity of horoscope many times more than mere usage of Rashi alone. A sun sign lasts a month. A moon sign changes every 2 and a quarter day, whereas a moon nakshatra has sensitivity of 1 day approx. By applying the 16 Vargas, Hindu Vedic astrology achieves sensitivity up to 30 seconds. That generates unique horoscope for every human ever born, including the twins. Nadi Amsals can produce even higher sensitivity. Different house systems. There are many schools of thought regarding the house system, such as Porphyry, Campanus, Regiomontanus, Placidus, etc. Basically, there are three options to explain the house. The first is where house is equal to Rashi is equal to 30 degrees. The house and Rashi are seen as equivalent. In the second system, house is not same as the Rashi, but the extension of house is 30 degrees fixed. And there is a further third kind of house system where house is different from the Rashi and the measure of house can also vary. That means it can be more or less than 30 degrees. We will not go into their details. We recommend to use the first system, that is the house equal to Rashi equal to 30 degrees. Table for the 12 houses. In a horoscope, the 12 houses all stand for different significations. This table will explain that to you. In this first column, we have indicated the 12 houses, followed by their Hindi names. In this last third column, you can see some common significations related to that house. So when we will be studying about a horoscope in order to predict and interpret, these things will be used. For now, we just need to have a very basic understanding. The first house stands for the self and the head. The second house rules family, wealth, face, neck, etc. The third house is related to siblings and hands. Fourth house is related to mother, home, vehicle, heart, and many more other significations. The fifth house is associated with son, progeny, stomach. The sixth house is related to enemy, debt, disease, service. The seventh house is studied for marriage, business, reproductive organs. The eighth house is related to longevity, excretory organs, sudden or hidden events. The ninth house is related to Guru, father, fortune, and the thighs. The tenth house is related to career, profession, and knees. The 11th house is seen for gains, profits, elder brother, and ankles. And last but not the least, the 12th house is related to losses, sleep, prison, and feet. I hope it is clear now.